subscribe.
Alright, well, welcome back to Ocarina Time 3-Heart Challenge. I'm a 3-Heart Challenge, ladies and gentlemen. The last video, we just finished, we just did the bottom of the well, and as you just see, I went back to the Temple of Time, and we just drew the Master Sword. Now we're getting ourselves ready to do the Shadow Temple. But before we can do the Shadow Temple, we need the warp sign to the temple, though. It's one of the obvious things that we need for the Shadow Temple. So, on that note, we're going to be making our way over to Kakariko Village now. Oh, and I have a question for once we get to Kakariko Village, but I'll leave it for fans in the chat though, since I'm planning to do this as a premiere. Oh, there's Epona. Hey, Epona. Don't worry, Epona. You'll get your spotlight by the time we do Spirit Temple. I promise. Now, as we get to Kakariko Village, there's actually a fire, and one of the buildings is on fire. I was about to say, which building is on fire? It looks like the spider house, actually. Most of the places of them are going up into smoke, though, which is pretty bad. Get back, Link. Damn. You see kind of why I did the bottom of the well before this, right? So there's still some dark evil omen brewing within the bottom of the well. And now it's finally being set free again. Link decides to finally go fight this thing head on because of as it finally makes its way to Link. But let's just be honest, it ends in vain for our hero. But outside of that, though, we will get the warp sign to the Shadow Temple. If I already haven't made that clear enough as it is. Looks like they're coming around. If I already haven't not been bantering that enough as it is. Link, a terrible thing has happened. The evil shadow spirit has been released. Impa, the leader of Kakariko Village, had sealed the evil shadow spirit in the bottom of the well. But the force of the evil spirit got so strong, the seal of the well broke, and it escaped into the world. I believe Impa has gone to the Shadow Temple to seal it again, but she will be in danger without any help. Link, Impa is one of the 6 sages. Destroy the evil shadow spirit and save Impa. There is an entrance to the Shadow Temple beneath the graveyard behind this village. The only thing I can do for you is to teach you the melody that will lead you to the Shadow Temple. This is the melody that will draw you into the infinite darkness that absorbs even time. Listen to this, the Nocturne of Shadow. Ooh, goosebumps again. Goosebumps. Impa, could you stop the moon? Could you stop doing that? I did say though in the last video though, I could have got this song right away after being the water temple. I usually do this first though before I do after I complete the water temple, and then when I finally come back later to go get the lens of truth, I could just warp here, and it's just a small walk between the graveyard to the village. But I figured it might just be best if I did the bottom of the well first before the Shadow Temple. Let me take care of the village. I'm counting on you, Link. It's okay, Imp. It's okay, Sheik. You have my word. I'm on my way. Yeah, the village is... Yeah, it's raining in the village. Man, it's not enough, though. When you beat the fire temple, there's like a gray cloud all over the village, though, before you beat the fire temple. But then once you finally beat the water temple, this happens. The music doesn't play. We end up with a creeping, a ginormous thunderstorm. It sucks. But anyway. Let's go make our way to the Shadow Temple. Oh yeah, and I should point out something. Notice it has the fire medallion symbol. I think originally the medallions were supposed to have abilities of their own, and the fire medallion was supposed to pretty much be the same as Din's fire. Here though, you just need to use Din's fire, and then it lights all the torches. Although there is a trick though where you can also do fire arrows, but I'm not that good at it, so we're just gonna do Din's fire to help it at the temple. Actually, there is another way in though, from where you can actually clip. I think like you just go across the, like you just get up, like you go over Dompe's house, and then you finally clip across the top, and then finally you just drop in from below, and then right afterwards the torches and the door completely vanish, and you can just walk inside the Shadow Temple from there. But again, I'm not that good at it. Now for the end though, I'm going to need the Ocarina once we get to the end of the temple, but for the rest of the temple though, I could pretty much do without it. Just these 3 items is all I need. The alternative is descent into the deep darkness. Basically, you're supposed to just look around the torches, and there's actually one that has only a skull, but the others are completely blank. And you want to move this block thing over to the skull one. Technically, though, I'm kind of doing this out of order, though. We're actually supposed to go over here first. Remember before I said we'll be finding another dead hand in the Shadow Temple? It's coming up. Shadow Temple. Heroes gathered Hyrule's bloody history of greed and hatred. Hopefully that's not me. Come on. Come on. Dive bomb down on me. Thank you. Hopefully, this is the dungeon map. Yeah, it's the dungeon map. Alright. Not a bad start. We can see the whole temple now. And there's so many floors. Oh, man. What is hidden in the darkness? Tricks full of ill will. You can't see your way forward. What are you talking about? I can. And I'm aiming for my eye on the prize. Alright. Remember. It's like a dead hand fight. So you just plant a bomb and then all of a sudden it'll just pop out of the ground. These same spot again? Well, this is a bit of a letdown. Come on, Deadhead, go to a different area. Okay, this time now the shadow's at a different spot. Yeah, there's actually a shadow that you can see with the lens of truth. The lens of truth, without it, you can't see where he's gonna spawn. This comes in handy. This will come in handy for when you play Master Quest of Ocarina of Time. In Master Quest version, there's actually not just one dead end for the Shadow Temple, but there's two. The second one, though, was kind of designed a little differently. Though for the second one, though, they have it near the end of the temple. And this one is actually completely hidden underground. None of the arms that you see are anywhere in the room, and instead they have the whole room filled with bomb flowers. And then when you use the lens of truth, you can actually find out where the dead hand is hiding. And then you just have to pick up and put down the bomb flowers, and then that'll get him to expose out of his hiding spots. So yeah, there you go. There's the secret of this is also how you take care of the second one later in the game, for the later half, because the lens of truth will show you where he's hiding. So yeah, do the static. If you do the static, it'll help you for like the second one later in the temple for Master Quest. My apologies though. I have no plans to play Master Quest. I'm happy enough just playing the regular Ocarina of Time game for 3 hearts. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Should I keep the boots on? I guess I will. You're gonna need these things that will help you complete the whole temple. No doubt about it, so I'll just have it swapped back to my items for now. Oh! Invisible wall. Good God! Good God! Why does there have to be Gibdos here? All right. Hopefully now this will be the compass. All right, compass. I'm gonna just sneak right past this thing and go over here. Wait a sec. Well, I'm gonna be a total dunce to not see the layout before. I have to be a total dunce to not see the layout. So notice though that there's actually like a lit of a light blue tile-ish color with a dark of a outer color. The lit up part is actually the lighter blue color is actually representing where the sights are gonna spin. But yeah, back then when I first played this as a kid, I did not recognize that at all. I guess I could say I kind of got spoiled noticing and kind of getting spoiled by that when I played about the randomizer decades later. But anyway, though, now we're gonna get out of this room. Actually, I should point out though that there's actually a spot where you can drop down below. But let's just be real though, we're not going to be able to do much anyway though, the particular way. This is kind of odd though. In Master Quest, I had to put like an invisible chest at an enemy right here, but regular game, there's nothing here. Can't do much anyway though, because we have to move this block over there where that ladder is. Hopefully we'll make our way over there pretty soon. Well, later, I should say. I promise, we'll make our way over there. It's just so, guys, let's just be real. It's just the beginning of the dungeon. We still have a long way to go before we get over there. Okay. I just realized I'm kind of going into the temple a bit unprepared. I'm just not realizing I'm kind of entering the temple a bit unprepared, and after the last temple, I actually did get myself a giant yellow rupee, or a giant rupee that's worth 200. Damn! That's what the game is actually calling it as. Damn! So I'm gonna go take a bit of a detour out of here for a minute. Minor detour, and then we'll be right back, and then we'll go right back inside the temple. I promise. Actually, I think for now I'll also take the boots off and just have the regular security boots for now. guess I'll also buy some Deca sticks since I just almost ran out of Deca sticks after the bottom of the well. Okay. Now that we're back down here, let's put on the hover boots. Oh yeah, and if you actually do this correctly, you can actually get across with just the hover boots. You don't need the long shot. Let's not try to alert this guy. Let's just try and get around him without trying to alert him. All right. On that note, let's continue the temple. There's a bunch of these hidden sculpture things. I'm just hiding right above the ceiling, and will drop down the moment you get close. Oh geez, if I knew I was gonna get arrows, I wouldn't have bothered buying some. Hopefully that's the last sculpture guy that we have to fight. Okay, thank you, Nobby. Tinkerbell. Hey, see ya! Now, technically we're supposed to go this way, right over here, but I'm actually going to do a bit of a minor detour going this way first. And don't worry, I plan to get my hearts replenished too, so I'm not going to use one of my bottled fairies. Just, I promise. Oh! Oh yeah, notice just like before now, like the spinning scythe from before. This one now though is actually invisible. Alright, let's try and move this like over here, out of the way. There we go. Anyway, though, as you notice, there is a locked gate, but this time now we have to defeat the enemies, and the like is one of the enemies. There's actually a bunch of bats on the hanging on the walls that we have to like shoot down. There we go. Piece of cake. A gold spider token, which sadly I'm going to ignore. Oh. Oh yeah, and of course the good old classic bullshit where this guy has to respawn. Bye, bitch! Bye, bitch! Nice knowing you. Ooh. Let's not get hit from these things. There's one with the eye, with the eye of truth. This will find the stone umbrella that protects against the rain of blades. What do they mean by the rain of blades? This is the stone umbrella they're talking about. Recovery art, but that's what's giving me. Oh, I better get on the other side, just to be a little cautious here for a minute. Now you see why, right? All right. Have to make our way over here. There's a visible platform right over here. so easy, right? Well, that's what they want us to think. Hopefully that's the last time I have to deal with these reheads. Now you're probably wondering what are the silver rupees for? Oh, it actually opens up that room right there on the side. We need the small key though to get into that door though, and we have to go through this room though to get a small key. That was kind of terrifying a little bit. Yeah, there's actually two more up here that I have to worry about. Oh, you need them just to, and you need to kill them all just to get out of the room. I forgot about that. But you also have to blow up the skull just to get the small key. The only thing here that I'm going to be missing is just the gold spider token, I'm afraid. Yeah, strong winds. This is where we have to swap out to a small moment for the iron boots. And then, oh crap, a bottomless pit. Notice these wooden beams on the ceiling that we could actually hookshot across with. And back then, though, I did not notice. Back then, when I first played this game, I didn't notice these wooden beams, so I just waited until the fan. I waited until the fan stopped spinning and just ran across with the hover boots. But nope. No, they're giving me another option of like something to keep the boots on. Now the main reason I'm shooting my arrows at the thing is I'm waiting for the eye switch to completely open. Oh, the moment I put the freaking bow down, are you kidding me, man? Come on, come on. There we go. You have to shoot the eye switch the moment it opens, and then you just kill the eye switch. Kind of like a common enemy here. Oh! 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 I need to take these boots off for a sec. Here, I can hear the spirits whispering in this room. Those who have sacred feet should let the wind guide them, then they will be led to a hidden path. I had to learn another neat little secret though. There's actually a spot right here where Navi just turns green, but I was kind of confused on why Navi done that. I found out I could just do this. Well, you can do this with Sun Song, but I'm doing the Song of Storms as well. But it can also be done with the Song of Storms. Oh, there we go. A little orb thing that you can't really capture in a bottle, but it does replenish them. But it replenishes both your magic and your health. Different from a bottled fairy, though. It's supposed to be completely different from a bottled fairy, just in case people start asking. Now, remember that hint that Navi said about the guide about the wind guiding us to a hidden pathway? Let me take care of this ice witch first, and I'll tell you what I mean. Strangely enough, it's actually over here, and we have to wait for this. Wait for the wind to stop blowing. Or in this case, I'm just gonna wait till the fan starts blowing again. All right, now the time is right to put on the hover boots. Alright. That now we could blow. There's actually a hidden chest right here. An invisible one, yeah. An invisible one. Ooh. Those don't actually move to their corpses. Only re-deads do that. Make them more terrifying fighting these things more than re-deads. In a way, these things can actually be way more terrifying than re-deads themselves. Like I said, you kill a re-dead and all the others will gather around it before the body fully disappears. But re-deads, they don't move at all. They still stand them, they still stay at their post, even if another one was already goes down. And look at that, we're at the ship. Now we just have to move this block right over to the hole. Yeah, move it right over to this hole, right over here. Alright, we're gonna climb up here, get onto this ladder. Now I'm gonna need, now like I said at the start, we're gonna need the Ocarina. I actually like the randomizer now of the ship. The randomizer, you just I'll tell you what I mean in a minute. So we just have to play Zelda's Lullaby, and then afterwards it's gonna take us right from one end of the room to the other. We're going right from one end of the room all the way to the other side over here, or this side over here going to this room on all the way over here. I'm gonna try a new tactic though, because there's actually some Gibdos, or no, not Gibdos, what is it? Stalfos. Sorry, Stalfos. Not just one, but two. Now the randomizer, though, this one we don't have to worry about the Stalfos. And oddly enough, though, I'm gonna swap to a just chatting card for a minute. My just chatting video card. But like I said, that we start at one end of the, we start at this one end of the room over here, and this side right over here. And my apologies for all the other stuff that's coming up on screen. And then afterwards, when we play, the moment we play Zelda's Lullaby, the ship just goes right from one side of the room to the other very quickly. Like you play Zelda's Lullaby, and all of a sudden the ship will go like, yep. And then and that's when you have to. The moment you finally play the song, you may as well have to just get ready to jump right off, because once it gets to the other side, the ship completely sinks. Oh, jeez. Anyway, continuing on. This is our stop right here, so we just have to get off. And as I said before, once it reaches the end, the ship starts to sink. Link, the ship is sinking! Abandoned ship, get onto a safe platform! Now the boss room is actually on the other side, all the way over there. But as we're well aware, we do need an extra key. So you just pull your bow and shoot an arrow. This I just recently discovered. Yeah, you don't really need a fire arrows. Usually I would usually do my fire arrows and then just light the bomb flowers that way. But nope, you can just take a regular arrow and it will do just the same. I'm saving myself a little bit of magic right there. Let's get the lens of truth out. The boss key is actually in this little maze of 3 rooms. 3 rooms. I say 3 rooms because, and I say it's a maze because you see, it made it look like that. It made it look like that. It made it look like a maze, right? Now until I pull out the lens of truth and you can see the invisible walls. I think the boss keys. I think this is the room to the boss key. So in this room, the spike walls are closing in, and you're supposed to just use Din's fire on the spiked wall. I decided to wait till the spiked walls get a little closer though. Alright, well we got the boss key though. Now we just have to go find that other key, and trust me, this no. As I was trying to say, though, this small chest, not gonna have it. We just got a Bloopy instead. I know it's a blue rupee, but I'm saying Bloopy for the time being. Oh, remember that room where we had one skull? Now this time we have 3 that we have to destroy. Good news is there's no keys in this room, so we could just have we just have to pull out our bomb flowers and just chuck them across them at the 3 bombs, or you can use the bomb flowers. Oh man! Landed just right on the landed on the rim, but not in. There we go. Now it's magic. There's no really specific way on how you're supposed to though, but yeah, they do give you a chime though for if you destroy them in order though. But there is some sort of specific way, and I'm just doing this by random. Did I know? Strangely enough, you're probably wondering what's next, right? Well, there's 2 floor masters. What do you think? An invisible one with the lens of truth. Earlier I was talking about how there's two dead hands in Master Quest. This room is actually where the dead hand is in Master Quest. This whole place got filled with bomb flowers, and the hands are outside the room or nowhere inside the room like they should be. Oh crap. There we go. Alright. If only I could do the great spin attack, but as you're well aware, but when you use the lens of truth, you can't use the great spin attack. You can only do it while the lens of truth is inactive. It kind of sucks. Nintendo, why'd you design it like this? I understand. You can't use more than 2 related items at a time. Okay. Anyway though, let's get out of this room now. We're gonna make our way back over here now. Actually, there's another block we could spawn right here with the Song of Time. So I'm just gonna quickly pull out the Ocarina for a sec. Actually, you can get a few more recovery hearts as I'll show you in a minute though. But I need the Scarecrow song, which I don't have. There's a few more recovery hearts up there with the Scarecrow song, but sadly though, we're not gonna be able to grab those hearts. All right, boss time. Let's do this. Phantom Shadow Beast, Bongo Bongo. You know what? Ooh. Damn, I forgot how hard this boss fight used to be. Can you stop turning your hand into a fist? There we go. Bongo Bongo Kombucha! Yeah, we pretty much defeated it. It just turns into a great big of a dark entity thing and then just vanishes and then dies away into the bongo itself. Alright, on that note, we pretty much beat the boss. We're just about to go grab the medallion, and I think it's pretty much going to be the end of the video after that. The boy with the noble Zelda's Ocarina, as I expected, you have come. I am Impa, one of the Sheikah. I am Princess Zelda's caretaker, and I am also the sage who guards the Shadow Temple. We Sheikahs have served the royalty of Hyrule from generation to generation as attendants. However, on that day 7 years ago, Ganondorf suddenly attacked, and Hyrule Castle surrendered after a short time. Ganondorf's target was one of the keys to the Sacred Realm, the hidden treasure of the royal family, the Ocarina of Time. My duty bound me to take Zelda out of Ganondorf's reach. When last I saw you, as we made our escape from the castle, you were just a lad. Now I see that you have become a fine hero. There's nothing to worry about. The princess is safe now. Soon you'll meet Princess Zelda face to face, and she will explain everything. That is when we, the 6 wise ones, will seal up the evil king and return peace to Hyrule. I have to stay here. You go to Princess Zelda's side and protect her on my behalf. Now I put my power, which should be helpful to you, into this medallion. I promise, Impa. I will. I promise him to protect Princess Zelda for when the time comes. You receive the Shadow Medallion. Impa awakens at this age and adds her powers to yours. One more temple to go, and one more medallion, guys. One more temple and one more medallion to go. We're almost ready for endgame, guys. One more temple and one more area and one more temple to go, and then we'll pretty much be ready for endgame at this point. But as always, though, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it. I'm just gonna go save the game here for now. And on that note, guys, though, until next time, though, this is the Say Game Gamer, guys. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have yourselves a fantastic night, and take care. Off camera, I'm going to go to the Fairy Fountain again, though. I'm only going to do this off camera, though, but I'll see you guys later. I know what I'm going to do with that blue fire. Light the fucking place on fire, and then he backed up and get out of here the last second. Burn, motherfucker, burn! I'll see you guys later.